If you've looked in the mirror in the last year or two and thought, what is happening to my body? This video is for you. Maybe weight is showing up around your middle that wasn't there before. Maybe you're waking up at 3 a.m. for no reason. Maybe you feel anxious or irritable in a way that doesn't quite feel like you. I hear this from women constantly, and the first thing I tell them is this: your body is not broken. What's happening is something very specific and something you can actually work with. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to understand your body in a way that probably no one has explained to you before. I'm Lynda Enright. I'm a registered dietitian and functional nutritionist, and I've spent over 25 years working with women, many of them in perimenopause and menopause. And here's what I want you to understand first. Midlife is a biological transition, not a character flaw, not a sign that you've been doing something wrong. When we hit our 40s, and especially as we move into perimenopause, estrogen and progesterone start to fluctuate. And those two hormones don't just affect your menstrual cycle. They affect your brain, your sleep, your mood, your metabolism, your gut, and your bones. And when those hormones shift, the effects show up everywhere. But here's the piece that a lot of women don't really understand is your body's tolerance for stress also changes in midlife. When you were in your 20s or 30s, you could probably push hard, skip sleep, eat on the go, and maybe recover just fine. Maybe not perfectly, but you bounced back. In midlife, that buffer shrinks. The same stress that you used to absorb without any problem, your body registers differently now. It hits harder, it lingers longer. Think of it like a bank account. When you were younger, you had this bigger cushion. You could make withdrawals and the account would recover. In midlife, the account is just a lot more sensitive. So the same withdrawals actually cost more. And your body starts sending overdraft notices in the form of symptoms. So to understand why, I want to give you a quick and simple breakdown of your nervous system because it's the control center for everything we're talking about. Your nervous system has two main modes. Think of them sort of as two settings on a dial. Setting one is fight or flight. This is your stress response. And when your brain perceives a threat, a tense email, a worry about your kids, a hard workout, even a long to-do list, your body activates the system. Cortisol and adrenaline surge, your heart rate goes up, digestion slows, your muscles tense, your body is mobilizing to deal with danger. This system is great, it's brilliant, works really well, it's kept us alive for thousands of years. Setting two is our rest and repair, and this is where digestion happens, where hormones get balanced, where your immune system does its work, where sleep becomes actually restorative. So here's the problem is that a lot of women, they're living almost entirely in that setting one, rushing in the morning, managing everyone's needs all day, getting through an intense workout to sort of burn off that stress or burn off calories, and scrolling their phone until they drop into bed at night. And the body never really fully gets into this rest and repair, this setting two. So what I want you to hear here is that your body stores stress physically. The tension in your shoulders, the tight jaw, the shallow breathing you've been doing all day without even realizing it. That's not in your head. That is your nervous system living in your body. And over time, especially in midlife, when your hormonal buffer is already thin, that chronic activation can take a really big toll. So I want to be specific of what we can do about it, because when women understand this, they often have that sort of aha moment where symptoms they've been blaming themselves for suddenly makes a lot of sense. Belly weight gain. Cortisol, your primary stress hormone, signals your body to store fat centrally around the waist and around the organs. It's a survival mechanism. So your body's keeping fuel close to your core in case you need to run from a wild animal. Except that wild animal, the danger is your email inbox and the fat then you hold on to. Poor sleep, another one. Cortisol and melatonin, your sleep hormone, the cortisol and melatonin, they work on opposite schedules. So cortisol should be going down in the evening. And when you're chronically stressed, it doesn't happen. So you lie awake with your mind racing, or you wake up at 3 a.m. and you can't get back to sleep. Anxiety and irritability, another thing that happens when your nervous system is always on high alert. Now your threshold for that drops. So things that used to just roll off you feel huge. And in midlife, when our progesterone declines, which is our naturally calming hormone, this gets even worse. Another problem, sugar cravings. When cortisol rises, it spikes blood sugar. And when blood sugar crashes, your body screams for quick fuel, for energy. Maybe that 3 p.m. you're dying for a sweet snack. Again, not a lack of willpower. This is just biochemistry and it's hormone disruption. So this is where it is all connected. Stress does not just cause uncomfortable symptoms. It actually interferes with production of hormones at a biochemical level. I'll say more about that in just a minute. I want to talk for a minute here about the cortisol steal. So this is something that I want to make sure you understand. It's your body uses a master precursor hormone called pregnenolone to make a bunch of hormones, including cortisol and progesterone. So when you're under chronic stress, your body prioritizes making cortisol. Survival comes first. We need that stress hormone to protect us. So what that means is we have less pregnenolone, which is then available to make progesterone. So progesterone, is your calming, your sleep supporting, anxiety reducing hormone, and the one that declines first in perimenopause. So if you're stressed and you're navigating perimenopause, you're getting hit on both sides. Stress is literally stealing the raw materials your body needs to feel balanced. So here's what I want you to take away from this video. Stress isn't just making you feel bad, it's biochemically interfering with your hormones, your sleep, your weight, and your mood. The good news, your nervous system is highly adaptable, and there are real practical tools that make a huge difference. And I'm going to share those in other videos, and there's more information in my latest podcast episode, but this is the work that I do every day with my clients. So if this is resonating with you and it's something that I got to figure out how to manage that better, schedule a discovery call. Click on the link in the comments and let's chat.